2n squared minus 18n plus 40. How are we going to complete the square to solve this? Well, first step, I noticed that I need this n squared. I need the coefficient to be 1. So I'm going to have to divide that by 2. That's the first thing. Or factor it out. We'll call it n squared minus, I really don't like this 18n stuff very well. It's kind of a bad number to use, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. That's fine. So what's this going to become? 9n. And then what I'm going to do is leave a space because I need to complete this square. That's kind of the objective. And then I have this plus 40. I'll just keep it where it's at. And so now I have it in the form we can go ahead and complete the square. So what are we going to do? We need to take that middle number, which is negative 9. You divide that by 2. So it's minus 9 over 2. And then we say, oh, that's squared. But what is 9 over 2 squared? Well, it's like saying 4.5 squared, which is 20.25. But so what we do, since I know that that's going to be 9 over 2 squared ends up 20.25, I'm going to go ahead and put that right there, plus 20.25. Let's see, I added 20.25, but since it's being multiplied times 2, I really added 40.50. So if I added 40.50, I need to turn right back around and subtract out 40.50. And I already had this plus 40. I know it sounds crazy, but wait a minute. 40 minus 40.50 is what? That's right. It's a pretty simple number. It is minus 0.50, minus 50 cents. All right, so there you go. This is the completing the square in the form of, if you want to call this vertex form. That's one way you can see this. But if we were going to solve it, what would we have to do? We would set this equal to 0. Add 50 cents to both sides. Okay, add 50 cents to both sides. And then what would we do after we were done doing that? Well, you'd have to divide by 2. But let me get to that point. I'm going to make 9 over 2 the same thing as 4.5. Okay, and that's squared right now. What do we divide both sides by 2? You end up getting a quarter equals n minus 4.5 squared. And then how do you solve that? You take the square root of each side, running out of room here. So what do you end up with? Plus or minus the what? The square root of, can we put that on there? 0.25 equals n minus 4.5. So therefore n equals 4.5 plus or minus the square root of a quarter. I'm going to leave it at that for now. You can use the calculator to kind of verify that and so on and so forth. But that's the gist of completing the square. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to end recording.